Hi guys, welcome to Little Wicket Railway. I'm Rob, and in this video we're going to be reviewing another retro train set, the Hornby Night Mail. First thing to say is this is not to be confused with the many other Nightmail and Nightmail Express sets that Hornby have made over the years. This one was made in 1991, and as we can see from the sticker here, it was exclusive to Woolworths. Remember them? And whilst we're on the subject of stickers on the outside of the box, we've got this one down here which says we're getting a free tape cassette. Now unfortunately it was missing from this particular box, but I've done my research and I think on side one, for those of you not old enough to remember tape cassettes, you had two sides and you had to physically take it out and turn it over to get to the other one. But on the first side you had instructions on how to set up a layout, and I believe it was narrated by Noel Edmonds.
Hello, I'm Noel Edmonds and I'm about to find out how to set up a new Hornby train set.
On the other side, you can forget your fancy sound decoders, you had train noises. So already we know this is going to be more than a train set. This is going to be a full-on sensory experience. So it's already sounding promising. Let's take a look inside. Let's get stuck in straight away and look at the Locomotive. So it's a class 47 and it's quite a weighty model, and it's got quite a lot of pulling power. It's also got a ridiculously fast top speed, so fast that it derailed my train on second radius curves. It's got a standard ring-filled motor in there with the two traction tyres on the bottom. Overall, it's a fairly nice model. What you might notice on here is that it doesn't actually come with a complete running number, it just says 47. And that's because Hornby gave you the option of 3 different running numbers, which corresponded to 3 different names of Class 47. So you could have had the Royal Mail, the North Star, or the Windsor Castle. Bit randomly on here, they also give you the names and numbers for 3 Class 86s, so I assume this was a dual purpose transfer sheet. But let's move on to the coaches. So you got 2 of these Royal Mail ancillary coaches, and first impressions are they're a bit plasticky, presumably because they're made entirely of plastic. And the other thing that really stands out is they're very red. They are red all over, apart from the base, the sides, the roof, the ends, they're all bright red. And I don't know whether this is realistic or not, but I would have expected maybe the roof to be black, or I don't know. But it just makes it feel very unrealistic. Inside as well, not much of an interior. You've got seats in compartments and then an empty space at the end. Presumably that would have been full of parcels, and you could do that if you wanted, but it just doesn't feel very realistic. The printing on here, the Royal Mail logo, is very nicely applied, and the running lines give it a bit more interest, but overall it just feels a bit plasticky. And given the touches that Hornby have put on the Locomotive with the optional running numbers and the tape cassette and all the other bits and pieces, this just feels like they maybe could have done a little bit more to make this look realistic. But Hornby make up for their boring ancillary coaches with this, the operational coach. And firstly, it's got the big Royal Mail logo on the side, so that makes it stand out. Secondly, and this is the exciting part, it's got these 2 doors on the end. And there are little ramps that you put on the track, and as they run over, they push these little levers underneath and the doors fly open. And that's because this train can collect mail bags from the side of the track, and then further round it will drop them back into a mail collection point, just like the real travelling post office used to do. Now, the only problem with this is that, and this might be particular to this model, these don't always seem to work. Sometimes you push it and it stays open. Sometimes you push it and it doesn't seem to work at all. We're going to have a running session. I'm going to see whether this post bag collection system actually works in a bit, but I'd be interested to see whether that is reliable. But it's still plasticky, it's still bright red, but it's forgivable because it does stuff and it's got big logos on the side. So to go alongside your operating mail coach, you got this stuff. 2 little ramps to put on the track that operated the doors on the coach, a little hook that went by the side of the track that held the mail bags, and this little bunker thing for the mail bags to be thrown into. And you got 3 mail bags with the set. What about track? Well, disappointing really. You only got a large oval, but I imagine they thought the interest in the set came from this stuff rather than having sidings or passing loop. Now I can't use these on Little Wicket because I've ballasted and these won't fit in the track, but I've set up a test track and let's go see how well this system works. Okay, so here's my little post bag waiting on its hook, and I've put the ramp roughly where I think it should go. And here's the bunker ready to collect it on the other end. Okay, medium speed. Fail. Slightly slower this time. Fail. Dead slow this time. The ramp actually seems to be catching on the Loco, which isn't very good, but will we get the bag? No. Okay, I'm going to move the ramp. And we'll go medium speed. No. Alright, dead slow this time. New ramp position. Here we go. And we're in! Success! Slightly faster this time. More realistic speed. Still catching on the Loco. And we're in! I think we've got it. Let's try full speed. And we've derailed the train. Okay, so we can successfully pick up the bags if we go slow enough. Can we drop them off? Here we go, passing over the ramp now. And nothing has happened. Alright, try again. Okay, the door appears to have stayed open, so yes, we've had an accident. Okay, this time we have collected the bag. The door has closed. Will we drop it off? Yes! There we have our mail bag. 3rd time lucky. So after that rather unsuccessful experiment, it seems like the people at Little Wicket might not be receiving their mail very often. So how about cost? Was this good value? Well, I don't know. I've searched high and low and I can't find how much this cost in 1991. But we can assume it was being sold in Woolworths, so it probably wasn't going to break the bank and it would have been seen as value for money, which sort of ties in with the amount of track you got and the quality of the coaches. So the big question, if you went back to Woolworths in 1991, would you spend your money on this set or should you save it for the Woolies pick and mix? Without knowing the price, it's really hard to say. You got a nice Class 47, but it's nothing special. You got the Royal Mail coaches, which are a bit different, but they're quite plasticky. You got a single looper track, but no sidings. You got the Royal Mail bag collection thingy, but that's more frustrating than entertaining. You got a tape cassette, but in the 90s they were already on the way out. I think if it was me, I'd save my money and put it towards the Nightmail Express Set. Now this was out at exactly the same time. I expect it cost a little bit more, but it was worth it. It came with an 8-piece steam locomotive, which was quite impressive. It came with the nicer style Royal Mail coaches, which still had the bag collection mechanism, but it also had loads of other bits and pieces, which made it a complete train set, including, and this was a bit special, track risers that created some elevation on the layout. And forget tape cassettes with sounds on, the 1993 version of this set came with a super sound unit which had little buttons and played sounds. So overall, what do we think of the Nightmail train set that was exclusive to Woolworths? Well, it's okay, but it could have been better. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please give me a like and a subscribe. I will let Noel Edmonds have the final word today, and I will see you again soon.
I'll say goodbye for now. I think I'm going to go and play trains.